Hey guys, welcome to Misha Design. My name is Ayana Gomez, and in today's video I'm gonna be refashioning these cool slip-on sneaks that I had for like a couple of years now, as you can see. Okay, now this sneaker is still in good condition, sort of, except for the flaking material. And as you can see on this side, I started cleaning the shoe, so I'm almost finished with cleaning this one, and then I'm gonna get to this one. I will be covering the sneaks with my Spiderman, radioactive Spiderman gift paper sheets. I will also be using Podge for this project with a paintbrush. So before I really get into covering the sneaks, I want to make sure that I start with a clean surface. So I'm going to finish cleaning off the sneakers, and I'm going to come back and start working on getting it covered. Alright, so I finished cleaning off the both sides. I just tucked this sneaker to keep it nice and firm with some scrap fabric that I had, and I want to get started. Now, to cover this sneaker, I'm gonna have to cut this piece of paper into different sizes so that I can use it to then place onto the sneaker and get the shapes that I need, right? So the first thing I want to do is cut out a shape for this back oval piece here. So my idea was to take this is the tricky part, just getting the pieces needed. Once you have all your pieces, it'll be very easy to cover. Alright, so for now I'm just gonna place the sneaker, and I'm just gonna do a little mark off because I can feel I'm using the pencil and I'm guiding along the soling area of the shoe there. So I'm using that to get a little guide. Right. There we go. Okay. So I have a line here. I'm just gonna go in a bit and just, there we go. Alright. Cutting out strips of paper. Right. So there is one strip ready to stick, and then I'll just do the necessary cutting to fit around. So that's what you would want to do. Now for the front, it's going to be the same thing. Just lay the paper onto the sneaker and just follow along that little edge there, so you would know where to cut. Right, so I'm basically making that curved shape to the front, and as I said, I'm using the soling of the shoe as a guide to go around and get the shape that I need. Right, so again, here's the shape. You guys must probably not seen it proper, but once you are able to see your marking, go ahead and cut your shape out. Now I am going a bit wider than I should, and what I'm going to do is just fold this piece in half and use it as a guide to make sure it's even-ish as possible. Right. before I do any extra cutting, I'm just going to place it. So you see the front, I now have that front piece for the sneaker. And once you have your sneaker stuffed, it makes getting your pieces so much easier. Alright, so just take your time, take your paper, place it on your sneaker. Okay, so I already have my curve, the front area, I already have the back area, and for the side, it's going to be the same thing. Just take your paper, lay it onto the sneaker, right, and take your pencil and just trace along the shoe soling to get the size that you need. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for both sides, and when I have all the pieces needed, I'm going to show you how to use the Mod Podge to get everything nice and in place. Okay, so I have all my pieces needed. I'm gonna have to do a little extra cutting when I get to the side area here, but that's okay. The important thing is that I have all the pieces needed to move forward. So the first thing I'm gonna do is spread some Mod Podge. So I'm just gonna put some on the brush, and I'm gonna work first on the front area. Now for this piece, I kind of fold in the raw edge a bit so that it'll have a nice neat fold. And now that I have my Mod Podge, I'm simply going to lay it onto the sneaker. I'm gonna push this down because I have the separation from the sneaker and the soling. It's kind of working in my favor, so I'm able to push the paper down into the soling and have a neater. There we go. So it's just all about creating a neat look. There we go. Okay. Just gonna leave that there for a minute. Alright, so one piece down, and I'm gonna do the same for the back. And I'm just going. Okay, so here is the completed results of the gift paper covering the sneaks. What I did after covering it with the gift paper was I went in very generously with my Mod Podge to give it a nice coating. Now the coating of the Mod Podge doesn't only seal the paper in, it also protects the paper, keeps it in place, and gives the shoe a nice glossy look to it. Now I'm just gonna go back in a little with some Mod Podge because I guess my glue didn't work when I tried to stick the soling area back onto the sneak. So I'm just gonna take some Mod Podge and fill in that area and leave it to dry. It dries very quickly actually, so probably about 2-3 hours and you should have a nice coat over the sneaker. So I don't need much, I just need enough to fill in the space. So that's all I did. After sticking the paper onto it, going in with a generous amount of Mod Podge, giving it a nice sealing and also a shiny coat. Now because I will be putting my shoelaces back on to the sneaker, I have to just rebore the hole. So I'm just taking my pencil and taking my time and just reboring the hole so that my shoelaces could pass through. Till next time guys, deuces.